Well, hi, everybody. Jeff Slakey here on the Daybreak Show. I've got Mason County Sheriff Casey Salisbury on the line. Morning, Casey.
Good morning.
We found out on social media and around the news that it looks like the national parks and, state and national parks will be limiting access on Party Rock and Staircase Road starting on Saturday, tomorrow. We've talked about this, obviously, for the last couple of weeks. What can you tell us about the reasons for this and how this will impact folks in that area?
That's correct, Jeff. We've had so many problems up there, and law enforcement's ability to have for the federal law enforcement people to have people up there has been very difficult, which results in continued calls to the sheriff's office. Over the weekend, we had a huge amount of people up there blocking the roadway. Emergency vehicles could not get through for assistance. People leaving garbage and all kinds of things up there, clothes, all kinds of camping things, and leaving it down by the water. Disturbances and arguments and fights up there around Party Rock. You and I talked about that a while back, and I'd alluded to the fact that when that becomes a problem, it's gonna have to have a different result. And I actually had requested a meeting with those other jurisdictions along with the tribal agents and tribal police, and the undersheriff and the chief deputy met with them and had a sit-down meeting. It was determined to close that off.
So it says there will be absolutely no outside public access to Lake Cushman here. We have known that lake access to the lake has been limited this year because of COVID and access from the Skokomish tribe. Forest Service Road 24 will be closed through September 30th. So this is going to be closed for more than a month, and it says it will be manned by law enforcement. Is that going to be Forest Service? Going to be you guys, a collaboration?
I think it's going to be a collaboration because nobody has quite enough people to be there all the time. So we've worked with them for years, and they provide some support for us to patrol for them. But this just got too far out of hand, and I know there's some people that are upset about it, but I guess my response is with every right, there's a responsibility. And if you choose not to be responsible, you start to lose your rights. And it's really too bad. The messes that have been left up there. We've got other places in the county are starting to experience the same thing. And if I have to, they're going to be shut down too. It's unfortunate. There's other places along other bodies of water that we've got photographs of where people literally leave their camping gear, their lawn chairs, the fires are burning, their vinyl floating devices all along the riverbanks and around bodies of water, and just walk off and leave them. And the expense to clean that up and the problems that they're creating simply aren't worth it. I'm going to be cautious to say this because some will disagree with me, but most of it is coming from people out of county that come down here to get out of the city life. They come down here and they leave their garbage behind. The local residents are stuck with it, and it's people are going to be upset on both sides.
I bet.
It's unfortunate that people don't have better control of themselves to do a better job on their own.
So is the majority of the people up there at this in the 20-year-olds? Is this the 20-year-olds?
I'd hate to put it on one age group, but it's usually a younger age group. Now, there should also be noted that there are a number of families and things that go up there to camp at Staircase and are doing really, really well. But when there's a medical emergency and you can't get an ambulance or even a police vehicle through there because people are being so disrespectful, parking on the main roads and double parking and everything else, it's just unsafe, and we can't have that.
Well, it's unsafe too, and additionally, the houses all up along that area. It's tough for those folks to get in and out when there's that many cars and folks milling about. And I had seen some video on social media of residents up there, and they'd be asking, "Please, can you move?" or kind of saying one side or the other, and the disrespect coming from the folks. The folks that were heading to Party Rock or wherever towards the residents was pretty galling, actually.
I've talked about it. We talked about it in the spring as we came into springtime. I talked about the boating issues and things, and we're right back in it with that. And some of our lakes people just are not being compliant or respectful at all, and we're having to take additional enforcement. It's unfortunate, and there are a number of people. I don't want to even say a few anymore. There are a lot of people creating this problem and bringing it upon themselves and upon others. There's some great people that go up there to park. They go up and they want to hike the high country, and they come back down. They can't leave the area. They can't get out of the area because there's so many people in there. And again, if we have an emergency aspect, or we ended up, a number of years ago, we had a fire up there, we'd never be able to get in. And people are going to be very angry at me for saying this, but they've brought this upon themselves. It's unfortunate that other people can't experience that area and enjoy it because not just a few, but a lot of people have caused this to happen.
It is just a beautiful area, a beautiful part of not only the county, but the state. And it's unfortunate. Party Rock and staircase access on Lake Cushman closed to everyone per state and national parks tomorrow, August 22nd, until further notice. The Forest Service Road 24 is going to be closed through September 30th, and there will be law enforcement there blocking access. So please share this information with folks, especially if you happen to be friends with those folks coming from out of town to go to those places, so they don't even have to worry about leaving. They can just stay wherever they have come from for now. That is a tough one, Casey, because it is beautiful, and a lot of folks, as you mentioned, head up to Staircase that way.
Yeah, Chief Sperling and the undersheriff and Chief Drackaby at meeting I haven't been in. This will be put out everywhere across the state about this. There will be signs down below. You noted on our Facebook page. I think there's some stuff on there right now about it, but yeah. It is unfortunate. But like I said, with every right there comes responsibility. And if you're not going to be responsible, your rights or the ability to move around freely are going to start to be taken away, and it's too bad. It really is.
Mason County Sheriff Casey Salisbury on the phone line with me this morning. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you, Jeff.